What's up guys? A few months ago we posted a video about a flagship rugged smartphone from Blackview with a model name BL9000. Now the Chinese company launches a Pro version of its flagship. You know, the new smartphone has about the same specs as the previous model, such as Dimensity 8020 chipset, 12 gigs of built-in RAM, 512 gigs of built-in storage, 8800 mAh battery with 120 watts fast charging support. However, it comes with a high-resolution thermal imaging on the back instead of the second display. I didn't know this before, but a thermal imaging has many applications for the home, health monitoring, safe food and drink consumption, and much more. Let's talk about the main features of the Blackview BL9000 Pro in this video. I told you that Blackview BL9000 Pro is a flagship smartphone, but it is much cheaper than flagships from Apple, Samsung and other phone manufacturers. The Blackview flagship phone will go on sale on AliExpress from May 6 for the price of only $429. So I would call it a mid-range phone with flagship features. You know, Blackview company specializes in rugged phones, and the new BL9000 Pro is no exception. It is protected against water, dust and drops by IP68, IP69K and military standards. By the way, the display has the latest Corning Gorilla Glass 7 Victus. It should be much harder to break than other smartphone screens, but it is always better to be careful. You should also understand that Blackview BL9000 Pro is a big and quite heavy smartphone because of its rugged design and large battery. The new phone will be available in gold and black colors, but only the metal side edges and ring around the main camera change color. Back to the screen, it has a diagonal of 6.78 inches, Full HD Plus resolution and 120 Hz refresh rate. It is also TUV SUD low blue light certified. I cannot say it is the best smartphone screen on the market, because it is an LCD and not AMOLED. In addition, I don't know the brightness. However, it is very good for a rugged phone. You know, I don't want to dwell long on hardware, software and battery of the Blackview BL9000 Pro, because they are the same as the previous Blackview BL9000. I will just remind you that there is MediaTek Dimensity 8020 chipset, 12 gigs of built-in RAM and 512 gigs of built-in storage. You can also use a virtual RAM expansion up to 24 gigs and memory card up to 1 TB. By the way, the new Blackview smartphone has almost 850,000 points in Antutu benchmark. The battery of the Blackview BL9000 Pro has a capacity of 8800 mAh. You are probably not very surprised, because many rugged phones have large batteries. However, what do you say about 120 watts fast charging? The manufacturer claims that it takes only 53 minutes to fully charge the battery. That's super fast for an 8800 mAh battery. The main feature of the Blackview BL9000 Pro is the thermal imaging, but first let's talk about camera sensors. The new smartphone has a 50 megapixels main sensor and a 13 megapixels ultra-wide and ultra-macro sensor. On the front panel, there is another 50 megapixels sensor. Selfies should be very good on this phone. Talking about thermal imaging, the Blackview BL9000 Pro has the highest resolution thermal imaging of 160 by 120 pixels. It uses next-level imaging with vivid IR and special thermal imaging app called MyFLIR Pro and temperature alerts. The smartphone also supports Teledyne FLIR mobile SDK, so you can use different software. The official images show various applications for thermal imaging, such as food spoilage, safe temperature monitoring, comfortable home temperature, animal searching, electrical circuit issues, and even detecting negative emotions. I am surprised how many uses thermal imaging has. I have said many times that I like the idea of the second screen on the back of the smartphone, like the Blackview BL9000. However, the new Blackview BL9000 Pro has thermal imaging on the back instead of the second screen. It has many useful applications, so I think it is a good update. The other specs and features of the new Blackview flagship smartphone are the same as the previous model. They are very good for a $429 mobile device. Thank you for watching. See you soon!